So yesterday, me and my coworker were driving to the work site, and he turned and said to me, "Man, these Chinese coming over to Australia, these foreigners, they're coming over, they're buying all the houses, and they're sending the housing market to the moon, and therefore pricing out the average Australian like myself." And the fact that he said this, it already caught my ear, and then he followed it up with, "Why can't they just buy Bitcoin or some?" And that's when I realized, even sort of an NPC in this world, just a normie, someone that doesn't hold any Bitcoin, even they understand that the people buying, the rich that are buying up all the houses and pricing out the average individual or family, should just be buying Bitcoin as a store of value, and therefore it would drive housing markets down and make them more affordable. And so I've got this up here: real estate 2025 Bitcoin market cap. And it's 655 trillion for real estate. That's an approximate evaluation. And then Bitcoin is 2 trillion. So such a small fraction of what real estate is. Now, if you come down to here, I've got, if Bitcoin can eat up some of real estate's market cap, I've got 10%, which would be 65.5 trillion, and it would send Bitcoin's price to 3.3 million. 25% would be 163 trillion, around 8.4 million Bitcoin. 50% of real estate, 327.5 trillion, which would nearly push Bitcoin to $17 million. 75% of real estate, nearly $500 trillion market cap, with the Bitcoin price around 25 million. I did these calculations with Bitcoin's price at 102,911 on the 10th of May. If we want to scroll down, I've done other market caps Bitcoin will eat into. So gold, for example, both a store of value, gold and Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is just the better version of gold, digital gold. And if it starts to eat into these market caps, we're going to see Bitcoin's price go absolutely buck wild. The bond market cap is 140 trillion across the globe. That's an approximate value. The New York Stock Exchange, so just the New York Stock Exchange, there's other markets out there as well. So I've just kept these as the three big pools of capital, is around 30 trillion. What if Bitcoin eats half of everything? So I've called this the money vacuum, which it's the best money vacuum we've seen. 50% of real estate, $327.5 trillion market cap. 50% of gold would be $11.18 trillion market cap. 50% of bonds would be $70 trillion market cap. 50% of the New York Stock Exchange, $15 trillion market cap. And if you total that market cap, it would be $423.7 trillion. And that would put Bitcoin's price at 21,801,695. Now, the fact that that guy's conversation hit me this hard and made me realize, far out, even if he's thinking it and it comes to reality, the rich just will want to sell all of their rental properties, all of their real estate, and put into Bitcoin. So I loved looking into how much capital Bitcoin could suck out of the system, and I think it will blow people's socks off. I think this number here, nearly 22 million dollar Bitcoin, to me, it's really just around the corner. That might be 10 years and it might be 20 years, but for Bitcoin's price to get to that, that is the best performing asset you can be holding, the best store of value you can be holding, and it's the best money on top of that. So it is the best thing you should be holding right now. Buy in right now. It's not too late. And yeah, we're going to see some serious price movement. So learn as much as you can about Bitcoin if you don't have any, and you'll learn pretty quick. You'll want to sell everything you have and put it into Bitcoin. You won't want to hold your real estate housing. You won't want to rent out any properties, and you'll want to just buy this because it has a limited supply. 21 million will ever be created. A large portion of that's already been sucked up by people that are going to hold for a long period of time, and the rest is just up for grabs. Now we've seen Michael Saylor, his company they've bought now 550,000, and then on top of that we've got the ETFs coming in, like BlackRock, for example, and the total ETF Bitcoin count is over 1 million. So this stuff's getting sucked out of the system, and it's going to be locked up for a long, long time. So there's not much left to buy, guys. We need to get as much as possible. Cheers, guys, for watching. Scan the QR code to send me some sats for some value, and appreciate it. Cheers.